The video you're about to see might have to do with music theory. Don't worry, it's way simpler than you think, I promise you. Let me prove it to you with my free Music Theory DNA course, which is going to put you on the right path to learning those hard to understand concepts in a super easy and healthy way. Check out guitarinfusion.com, enter your best email address. I'll be sending you that free course right away. But for now, let's get into the video. That was different, I hope. That's the point of this whole video. Playing a little bit differently to discover new things and avoid the predictable lines that you might be used to playing over and over. I'm going to show you how to do this. Grab your guitar, this will be interactive. I'll meet you right after this. Hi, my name is David Wallerman. Welcome to this channel, which is all about helping guitar players like you find your unique voice on the instrument, develop it to tell your own personal musical story. Today, we are gonna try to forget about the automatic things that we do when we have to play over something. I'm talking about the comfort zones. For example, you're probably often bending the 4th to the 5th, you know, that kind of bend, or the minor 7th to the root, right? Or all these licks that we've heard over and over. All that is going to be forgotten for a little bit. For that, we're going to force ourselves not to play the notes that we want to play. And that'll help us discover new things. Oftentimes when we improvise, we go places that are comfortable to us. Fingers kind of have a memory of their own and they like simplicity, and we all like simplicity, that's fine, but sometimes that creates the predictability of the playing. So the first thing we're going to avoid is this, where we are basically playing the note that comes right after the logical placement of the scale. So we're going to create jumps. That's the first thing, because again, fingers like to play things that they memorized, and oftentimes when you practice scales, you practice them like that, right? One note after the other. And that's why that comes, you know, that kind of comes back in our musical lines and our improvs. We follow that pattern. We're going to break that. And for that, we are going to visualize our fretboard. We need to work in a narrow zone of the fretboard first, and we'll expand a little bit. And we need to kind of have a picture of the split of the fretboard that we're using. For example, if we're using the first position of an E minor pentatonic scale, and we add some notes to make a Dorian, for example. So we've got the Dorian mode right here between frets 12 and 15. Here's that mode for you. From the low E string to the high E string, we have frets 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 12, 14, 15, and 12, 14, 15. And we're going to start improvising with that pattern. We're going to start with a note. Any note will do, it really doesn't matter. So we're going to play a note, and then ask yourself, where will I go next? You know, if you didn't have this exercise, where would your fingers go? Probably, to the next note of the scale on the 3rd string, 12th fret. So that's a no note. You're not going to play that one. So you're going to play something else. And anywhere you look at is a valid note, as long as the note is within that pattern. And you're going to try to make jumps. So I've got here and a note that I would not play if I let my fingers guide, the improv, would be this one. on the first string, 14th fret, because that's a difficult note to reach. That's exactly the note you need to play. And listen to that sound. Do you like the sound or not? It doesn't matter. We're practicing here, but ask yourself anyways, because eventually when you play, when you improvise, really that inner ear is going to take over and you're going to go towards the notes that you want to have heard. So involve your ear in the process. But that's the exercise. And once you're on that note, where would your fingers go next? Well, probably here, because that's simple. You know, the next note of the scale, well, that's not the note you're going to play. So you play another one. Basically, you're forcing yourself not to play the notes that your fingers want to play. And eventually, you can speed that up. I'm not talking about shreddy stuff at all, but more of a musical, rhythm-guided type of thing. And that's what I have for you today. That kind of exercise is really going to force you not to rely on comfort zones. You're going to discover new things. You might discover a lick that is your signature lick. Who knows? But that really does help. Start without a backing track, then you can try this with a backing track, which is a little more stressful because now you are playing with something else, but it's an awesome exercise. We use the Dorian mode here. You could use any scale. It really doesn't matter. It's a great way to inject musicality into your playing and break the repetitive patterns that we're used to playing. Remember that what you have to offer musically is very different from anyone else, but you need to take time finding that in yourself, and this exercise helps you bring out those things because you're hearing what you're playing and taking a mental note of what you like and what you don't like. That's kind of part of who you will become as a musician and who you already are as a musician. If you want to go a little further with this, you should check out my Music Theory DNA course. It's completely free. Visit guitarinfusion.com. I'm going to leave the link below and enter a valid email address, and I'll be sending you that course. It's an email course, a video course, and it'll give you some maybe new perspectives on music theory and guitar playing in general. I think it's a healthier route than memorizing, you know, everything out there. Anyways, if this was your first visit, thank you for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You should subscribe, at least consider it, because every week 3 videos like this one come out, helping guitar players like all of us find our voice, our unique voice on the instrument, develop it to tell our own personal musical story. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Practice well.